Yes, I think when you're going to go and be a teacher in a primary school, there are rules in schools. Children are not allowed to have tattoos. Children are not allowed to have piercings. Children are not allowed to, you know, do all sorts of things. They're not even allowed to have a skirt above a certain whatever.
Well, no one under 16, to be fair, is allowed to have those things.
If you're going to be able to implement rules effectively in a school, the teachers must be seen to be following those rules too. Now, in this particular case, actually, the schools say that they didn't have an issue. They just asked her to cover them up because there was one poking out on the neck and she'd got them all across her knuckles. And now she accepts she was taking out her piercings, so she obviously knew that the piercings were not acceptable. I don't understand why it wouldn't be the same thing for a tattoo. I have no problems with tattoos. I have a tattoo. Anyone who wants to get a tattoo, go right ahead. But if you want to be a primary school teacher, rules are rules.
OK, so it's more the fact that she couldn't necessarily cover them up that was your...
Well, she could cover them up, but she seems to be saying that she shouldn't have to cover up the one on her neck. And I don't agree.
What do you think, Kim?
I completely disagree with you. Just because, you know, I have tattoos and some of them are on, none of them are on display right at this moment in time, but...
It's early.
It's early. Not that I wouldn't mind showing you them now. Well, there might be one or two that I wouldn't let you see. But to me, I just think we're judging someone by their cover. I think really we've worked very hard, you know, throughout the years to kind of get away from that and stop kind of judging people by how they look. It doesn't mean she's not a great teacher. She might be one of the best teachers there are. Why should the way she looks stop her from getting ahead in her job?
So so later on, if one of those primary school children goes to secondary school and says, I'm going to get a tattoo, and they say tattoos aren't allowed, they go, but my teacher's got a tattoo.
But that's illegal under the age of 18 anyway.
Yeah. No, but even so, it's illegal, but they still go and get them in dodgy tattoo parlours.
But then that's down to their parents.
You know, so it's just, how can you say to kids, you can't do this, when their teacher is doing it? It's like, can a teacher come to school in pyjamas?
Because we're basing it on sort of our experience with teaching, because this is a very new thing. I mean, so when we're talking 20, 30 years ago, when we were at school, tattoos weren't as common as
it's not about tattoos. I think it
is, because I think there's a lot of connotation that comes with a tattoo.
But if you're a primary school teacher...
I actually hate tattoos, but I have no problem with that teacher looking the way that she does, because when I look at her, I actually think that she looks really arty, she looks creative, she looks individual, she looks like she bakes really good cakes. I don't know why. But you know me, whatever happens, I end up back at cake. And so, you know, I'm with Kim on that, that for me, it's about how kind she is, how maybe she's a brilliant teacher that's going to do things in a completely different way. And I remember once Maddie had a teacher that had the worst style ever. She was bright yellow shoes and big bows in her hair and great big pearls around her neck, and I was like that. But actually, Maddie loved this teacher, and she just had this real charisma about her, and she was really pulled focus in the classroom. So I thought, hey, you know, who am I to judge? And I feel exactly the same way about this woman. It doesn't. I mean, if they were like death and kill, it would be a different thing.
I'm not judging her for having tattoos. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I find it very difficult for a school to implement rules. If you have rules for children, you've got the teachers...
I don't think you are judging her for her tattoos. I hear what you're saying. You're hearing that you're saying it's not the right place in the school and that you don't mind tattoos. But for me, I don't care. I don't care what a teacher wears. I don't care what a teacher does, as long as she cares for my child, she tries to see my child as an individual, and she's creative and exciting and interesting and captivating to that child. That's the most important thing. All the rest of it, I don't care.